guys, it's Jessii Vee. So another really cool video. I love this movie series. I just don't want to stop. Can we just never stop? Can I just do this forever and ever? Today we're gonna talk about all the things that you may have missed in Nightmare Before Christmas when you watched this when you were younger, and I cannot wait to just show you guys what you missed and what was hidden. A ton of these things I didn't even notice until I did research for this video, as I always say. So I'm so interested to hear from you guys what things really surprised you in today's video. I just gotta say, I think Nightmare Before Christmas is like in the top of my favorite Tim Burton films ever. I think it might be second in line. I really like Edward Scissorhands as well. Those two are like kind of tied. Corpse Bride is obviously way up there. He's just, everything Tim Burton is just bae. Like, can I call a movie bae, or is that weird? But I just cannot wait to cover this today. Woo! It might be kind of long because I have a lot of stuff to talk about, but that's even better, right? Like, everybody loves a long movie. I need to calm down. I'm talking so fast. Okay, though, before I get into this video, I just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder. If you have not known about this yet, I am doing yet another virtual meet and greet. So this meet and greet takes place online. I meet you guys one-on-one, so just me and you. It's going to be Saturday, April 13th at 7 p.m. EST. It goes for 2 hours, but you get to pick your time slot that you want to meet me at. There's exactly 60 tickets, but we're already selling out, so I'm not too sure how many we have left, but we started with 60. So selling out fast, so if you want to get your ticket, I'd suggest getting it soon as possible. The link is down below in the description. But basically, we just get to hang out, talk about whatever you want. If you want to talk about Coraline, Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, whatever you want to speak about with me, it'll just be me and you. It's gonna be so cool. No matter where you are in the world, you'll be able to talk to me. And the ticket price this time is slightly cheaper than the one that I did. I think it was back in January, which is really awesome, bringing the prices down. And yeah, I'm just so excited. So definitely check out the link below. Okay. So I think we're just gonna jump right into this because I don't know what else to say. I'm just excited to start. I think before I get into the things you may not have noticed, I have kind of a question for all of you guys to answer right now. I want you to comment down below. Is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween film or a Christmas film? I feel like so many people around the internet, I feel like so many people everywhere have just been confused and kind of torn between which one it actually is. A lot of people say both, but I feel like it's sort of more one than the other. I found a lot of articles online, and I feel like people are directed more towards it being a Christmas film, and this is sort of someone's explanation as to why. In my opinion, it's a Christmas movie. Think about it. The story begins just as Halloween is ending, whereas a usual Halloween movie would hit its climax on Halloween. That's kind of true. When the movie starts, Halloween is ending. Like, Halloween is over by the time the film is actually kind of getting into what's happening, and they move on to Christmas right away. So usual Halloween films take place on Halloween, right? Like through the whole movie. But in this instance, it's Christmas most of the time. Also, the story involves characters learning the true meaning of Christmas, which is the most well-worn of all Christmas movie plots. But obviously, you can watch this movie whenever you want. If you want to watch it on Halloween and Christmas, you do you. I love that movie. I could watch it all year round, every day of the year. I'll watch it on Easter. But yeah, I'm just so curious to know which one you think it more is. More of a Halloween movie or more of a Christmas movie. So one of the things that you might have missed in the film is that there are so many missing holiday trees. The holidays celebrated by the vast majority of human population go unrepresented, which I find a little strange. So if you're looking at a picture of all of these trees, it's only a few of the holidays that we're familiar with, but there's so many more that they missed. And like, what I find so weird to think about is, okay, so Jack Skellington is in charge of Halloween Town, right? They always sort of have like a person in charge, like in Christmas Town, Santa's like in charge. So like for the turkey door for Thanksgiving, is the turkey in charge? Is it like this big turkey like walking around in charge of everybody? And what is the door with the firecracker on it? Like, what does that mean? Is that the 4th of July door? And another thing that you might not have noticed is that the doors aren't lined up in chronological order. Like, you'd think they might be in order, you know, of what time they come in the year. Cause like the turkey door is between Easter and Christmas, which doesn't happen in real life. So they're kind of just mixed up, which like isn't a big deal, you know what I mean? It just makes you wonder like why. Another thing people were wondering is there's an entire town dedicated to Halloween, so you know, Halloween Town, but they don't celebrate Halloween the way that like us people are used to, like how Halloween is traditionally celebrated. Like their way of celebrating is lighting a skeleton on fire. which you know we don't do in real life, and you don't see them like trick-or-treating. Do you even see candy in Halloween Town? So it's just interesting how that town is supposed to represent what we know as Halloween, but they do things very differently. But then like in Christmas Town, they do things how we're normally used to it. So it's like a strange contrast there. And like candy is a big part of Halloween to like leave out, but maybe I just missed it. Maybe there is candy. Let me know down below. The next question a lot of people have is, how did Jack become the Pumpkin King? Like, how is he the Pumpkin King? Was he forced to be the Pumpkin King? Because, you know, when you listen to the song Jack's Lament, one of the lyrics in that song says, I'd give it all up if I only could. So it's almost like he was forced, or maybe he was like born into it. I don't know. But he almost makes it seem like he has no choice. Like he has to be the Pumpkin King. And I would love to know the history behind that. You know what I mean? Like, what's stopping him from giving it all up and like retiring as the Pumpkin King? Also, the song implies that the Pumpkin King title has to go to the scariest resident of Halloween Town, because he says in his song, there are few who deny at what I do I am the best. So like scaring people. And here's the thing that people are confused about, maybe you are too. Do you think Jack is the scariest person in Halloween Town? Because personally, especially at the beginning of the film, I see so many scarier monsters. Like, have you guys seen the thing hiding under your bed at the beginning of the movie? Or what about that creepy clown with the tearaway face? Like, a clown with a tearaway face. Like, to me, Jack is like, honestly, I'm not even gonna deny it, I had a bit of a crush on Jack when I was a kid. And like, how can you have a crush on a skeleton? But like, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, Jack, can I be your Sally? So like, to me, I thought Jack was like really cool, not so much scary. But let me know what you guys think. Also, if Jack is the king of Halloween Town, why is there a mayor that's giving all of the orders? Like, why is there this annoying guy that's the mayor that's telling everybody what to do when clearly Jack is the king of Halloween Town? Why isn't he the one giving the orders? You know what I mean? I never noticed that as a kid, but like watching it back, like the mayor's like all in your face all the time, you know? The next point, why is everyone okay with the way Dr. Finkelstein treats Sally? Sally is basically a slave and she's held against her will, forced to do labor, and spends much of the movie trying to escape from her cruel master. And that's already like a super messed up thing to think about. But what's even more messed up in my opinion is that everybody in the town is like aware of her situation. Jack is aware of her situation, but no one helps her. And Jack's a Pumpkin King and he like is supposed to love her, or like she loves him, and they have a connection or whatever, and he doesn't like get her out of her situation. You know what I mean? Is no one concerned? I didn't like take that in until recently, where I was like, wait, everyone knows. Jack knows, but yet she's still this slave who's like abused? Next point, why is Jack the only one who got bored of Halloween? So if you think about it, they spend the entire year preparing for this one day of Halloween. So every day to them is Halloween, literally. Imagine like preparing for like Easter every day of the year. It would start to get like really tiring and really boring. And they've been doing this their whole entire lives, like everybody in Halloween Town. And Jack seems to be the only one curious of what else is out there. Don't you think more people would kind of like be like Jack and get bored quickly? Or is that just me? And listen, I love Halloween. I would love to celebrate it for like days on end, but like a whole year? That's a lot. And like to not have any other holiday or not know anything different, it would get really overwhelming. Next point, how did nobody in Christmas Town notice a 6-foot skeleton running around? He's literally running all over town, like jumping and singing and dancing, like he's making himself known. He clearly doesn't look like he belongs there, but no one really seems to care or like say anything or look shocked. But I mean, maybe he just blends in with the snow, you know? He's white, snow's white, they just mesh together maybe. So Jack says in the movie that he read all of the Christmas books so many times. Like he's done like his research on Christmas, like he's read a ton, as you guys could see. But then why does he call Santa Claus Sandy Claus? Like, I'll put the name up here. He says Sandy Claus. He says his name completely wrong, but yet he's researched it so much. How does he get it wrong when he's been researching it? And oddly enough, it's Oogie Boogie that says Santa Claus's name right. But I mean, you also could say that maybe Jack says it as Sandy Claus because he's programmed in his brain to make everything scary. So even Santa Claus, who's supposed to be this like jolly, happy person, Jack in his mind just automatically makes him into a scary thing because he's from Halloween Town, you know? The next thing that you may not have noticed, did you realize that Jack went back into Halloween Town through a gravestone? when he was in Christmas Town. And I thought that the doors in the forest were the only way to get through each dimension, you know what I mean? But he went back through a gravestone. Like he casually just opens a grave and just like walks down into Halloween Town. So do all gravestones lead to Halloween Town? And the other question a lot of people have, if he goes down through a grave to Halloween Town, is Halloween Town actually HE double hockey sticks? You know what I mean? Is that what it actually is? Cause whoa, that's deep. Through researching, I found that a lot of people think that Jack Skellington is a little bit egotistical, which I can kind of see if I look back on it, but I still love him so much. Like, I love that guy. Like, he thinks he could do Christmas better than Santa Claus himself, who Santa Claus is literally Christmas, and Jack Skellington thinks that he can do it better than the man himself. And the fact that he's so quick to jump over to Christmas Town and take over everything makes me wonder if he's done that for any other holidays, you know what I mean? Because it seems like he gets bored really easily. Maybe he's done that in different areas. Does he just get bored all the time and obsess over other places? Like, honestly, me though. The next question. Why did Jack trust Lock, Shock, and Barrel to take care of Santa? Why not trust someone else that he knows and loves, like Sally, because Sally would never betray him? Like, those kids look so sketchy, so mischievous. No wonder they took Santa to Oogie Boogie. Because, like, how could you trust them? Why would Jack trust them? The other question is, why has nobody else found the holiday trees? Like, nobody else in Halloween Town has ever mentioned them, because when Jack stumbles across them, he's never heard of them, he's never seen them, he's like shocked to see them. And it's weird because when he found them, he had only been walking through the forest for I think one night, so it didn't even take him that long. Does no one ever walk through the forest and find them? Why is this not like a well-known thing? It's almost like Jack is just the only curious person around. Oh, and the other thing that people are noticing, which I never noticed as a kid either, how come Jack didn't exit the Halloween door tree and then like find himself in the circle of trees? Because he kind of just stumbles upon all the trees, but if the Halloween door is in front of him, why didn't he come out of it? Does that make sense? The next thing that people are noticing and asking questions about is, what color is Sally's hair? Like, what color is it actually? Is it brown or is it red? In the movie, it looks dark brown, like in every single scene. If you guys rewatch that movie or look at like clips or screenshots, her hair is always like this dark brown color. But in all of the Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise and all of the Halloween costumes out there, her hair is this really, really bright red. But how come we don't see that bright red in the movie? Isn't that bizarre? That's like a conspiracy. Like, it's actually making me like spiral into my brain. Like, how is that possible? Every picture of her is dark hair. This might be a really weird question, but how can a skeleton blink? Because the way things blink is you have the fleshy part of your eyelid, right? Because that's not bone, so that's how you blink. But if he's a skeleton, you shouldn't be able to blink, but in the movie he blinks. Did you notice that as a kid? Because I noticed that now. The last question that you may not have noticed, and this like has no meaning at all really, but why does the spider on the mayor's shirt only have 6 legs? Okay, it's bothering my OCD. Why don't they have all the legs on the spider? I feel like that's a weird question to end this video with, but like, why? Anyways, look guys, those are all the points that I have today. If you guys have any more that I missed, definitely comment them down below. And yeah, continue to let me know what movies you want me to do next. Do you want me to do Monster House? Do you have another idea? You guys seem to like animated movies, so we can keep with that trend if you want. Let me know. Don't forget about the link down below in the description for the virtual meet and greet, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!